students. Welcome to week 8. Do you realize that at the end of this week, you will be halfway finished with the course? It's pretty good news, right? Okay, I hope that you're surviving and doing well. It seems like most of you are keeping up quite well with the course, and this is a demanding course, so you should be proud of yourself for being responsible and for being able to follow directions and get through all this work. So this is a good accomplishment that we're nearly halfway through. Um, as you can see, one of the most important items that we have this week is exam 2. Okay, and this is your midterm exam, so it is very important. You need to pass it. It's 25% of your grade, right? So it's something to take very seriously. And the exam is going to be open from today, March 4th, all the way through the end of the day on the 18th. So you do not need to run out and take it today, but you need to take it in this window. In fact, I don't generally recommend that you take it today unless you have already completed the work from weeks 1 through 7, as I explained in my email last week. Now, why? Why is that important? Well, in weeks 1 through 7, you have been learning a lot of different skills. You've been studying vocabulary. You have been practicing with summarizing. And it's very important that you get the feedback on those things so you know where your weak areas are. And so that's why last week I explained that you should complete the week 1 through 7 work before you get started on the midterm. So at the minimum, I would wait until you finished the summary from last week and gotten my first feedback on that. So at least you can see what areas you're strong in and what areas you're weak in. And as you will notice in my last 2 weeks announcements, I explained what will be on the test. And so it will give you some good ideas about how to study. In addition, I gave you feedback on exam 1, and that also gives you some ideas about your strong and weak areas so you can prepare for the midterm. Now, remember the other thing that I told you last week. You need to check the testing center hours so that when you plan to go there, it will be open. All right. And one key thing to remember is that on March 16th, the testing center is closed. So that's unfortunately, that is a Saturday. Okay. So Saturday the 16th is not a good day to take the exam. Now you could take it this coming Saturday, which is the 9th. That would be okay. But the 16th is not open. And regardless of what I say here, you should always check the testing center schedule before you go take the exam because you never know, each center might have some particular change in their schedule. So it's very, very important. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go to here to exams, look at all the information, including there's a link to the testing center information and you can look up their calendar. I also explained it, I think, in my video either last week or the week before. So you can also go back and watch those videos. All right, so that's enough babbling. Do you know that term babbling means kind of talking? I've talked enough about the exam. So looking at your feedback on previous work, looking at your feedback on the last exam, studying the things that I explained in the announcements, you should be then ready for the midterm exam. Okay, what else do we have this week? We have summary revision, some quizzes, and a discussion board. So let's scroll down and see what that is. So summary revision. This is, you need to finish the 7.4 assignment. What does that mean? Well, last week you wrote a summary of the article called Centenarians, and I will, if you read, some of you already did it and I gave you feedback. For those of you that did it on Sunday, I may not have read it yet, so I will read those today. You need to look at my feedback and then write it again, making improvements, okay? And then attach it in this assignment 7.4. So then you can get a chance at a higher score because you'll get the average of the two, the first draft and the revision. Okay, and then here's some information about exam 2 and how to take it. Please, students, always read all the instructions, right? That's going to help you so much. Next, you're going to have some work in 10 steps in chapter 6. You're going to look at the PowerPoint download that you'll find there and follow along in your textbook. Then you're going to try these practice quizzes. Exercise 1, Exercise 2, Mastery Test 1, and Mastery Test 2. Okay, and you will get graded on completing them. So you have 10 points for each. Next, you've got your reading rate. So you're still working on your reading rate. It's very, very important, students, that you go back and read my feedback on last week's journal, okay, which was 7.3. Go back and read my feedback on that before you start this, okay? And then please follow each step. It looks like a lot of steps. I know that feels overwhelming, but actually, if you go step by step, it's really going to help you get the best results. And this week, you're only going to fill out 8.4. So look at the second page of the journal, okay, and look at the 8.4 column. That's where you're going to record this week. Don't put your work in any other place, okay? Don't put your work anywhere else. Just make sure that it's in the correct spot. Also, let's see, there's a quiz in here as well. Okay, I didn't explain it, but I did tell you that if you follow each step, you're going to get the best results. There are 20 points for that quiz, so you don't want to skip that. And then there's 10 points for the journal. All right, and the last item is the giver. Okay, we're going to do more reading and discussion board. And as I said before and say it every week, again, follow directions. Don't skip steps. Okay, when you skip steps, it leads to you being confused or not doing something and losing points. So make sure to read every step. And when you respond to your classmates, this is a great opportunity for you to interact with them. So make sure that you are thorough and specific. Make it interesting, okay? Make the most of it. All right, that's it for week 8, students. There's not really a lot because you don't have a lot of you don't have a lot of vocabulary work this week. So this is a great week to study for the exam. This is a great week to catch up with old assignments. It's a great week to take the exam if you feel ready. I just would make sure that you've reviewed weeks 1 through 7, you've completed everything, and you've studied before you go in and take the exam. All right, I hope that helps you students this week get started, and I look forward to seeing what you've accomplished this week. Thank you so much.